Hello all. Today we are going to create EC2 instance in AWS. Okay, first of all, what is an EC2 instance? When you go to buy your own PC or your own laptop, you know what are the requirements that you consider before selecting your PC, laptop, or whatever it is. What are the conditions like how much CPU, how much RAM, what is the OS? These are the things, okay? The same thing when you create your EC2, you need to define what type of OS you need and how much CPU, how much memory, and everything. So it's like same PC or your laptop or your system, but the same as those, but not you can't handle it physically. It's somewhere around in AWS cloud and you're using it. Okay, so I already logged in into my AWS console. To practice AWS or you are completely new to AWS, AWS provides a 1 year free account, so you can use that account to try these resources. But most important thing is try to delete the resources that you used while practicing, so it won't charge you. Okay, so if you use the resources within the free tier, then it's a little bit okay, but after you finish, it's a very good habit to delete that resources. Okay, I already logged in. If you are new to AWS, you need to provide your email address and your password so that you can get into the AWS portal. And here I recently used EC2 S3 and those are these resources, so it's showing what the resources that I recently visited. But if you're new and you never been there, then this will be empty. But it's okay. You can type here so you can reach to the particular resource. Okay, see, I don't have any instances running, so I'm going to create new instance here. See, instances, and I'm going to create new instance by clicking on launch instance. First, name the instance. What the name? Give any name like test AWS instance 1. Okay, and see here, I already told you when you pick your laptop and everything, you need to find what type of OS you need and those are the things. See here, it's already inbuilt AMIs are there. What are AMIs and how to create your own custom AMIs? That is a completely different concept. Here they already bundled and they created an AMI for you, and you are going to use it for your EC2. Like it's going to launch with all those dependencies and everything inside. Okay, see which operating system you want. Like here I selected Linux, and this AMI is in free tier. If I go with other anything, that it will charge more, so I'm going with only for this demo purpose I'm going here with the free tier one. Okay, and see here is a 64-bit architecture and AMI it's suggesting you need to concentrate. See here there is an ID for it. Okay, suppose if you are deploying the same EC2 instance, if you want to deploy the same type of EC2 instance in using Terraform or any other uh, mm, way, then this AMI would be helpful. Okay, if you don't know Terraform and anything, that it's okay, but I'm saying there are other ways to create the same EC2 instance in AWS. This is one way of using AWS portal, but there is another way like using uh, Terraform. um, Using Terraform also you can create, so whether you can use AMI. But here, see what is the type of instance. You need to select what type of instance you want, what type of system you want. It depends on what type of application you are running. Okay, but for our demo purpose, smaller, this T2.micro will work. But if you are working on some gaming application is running or some um, uh, what they say commercial like Amazon.com or Netflix, those are high volatile applications are running, so it depends on which type of instance you will pick for those type of applications. So type of application should decide what type of instance you want. But here we are using only for demo purpose, so I'm going with the t2.micro and I'm going to delete it later. So key pair. What is key pair? You have a system, you need to log in, okay? So how the system know that you are the authorized person? You created it, but how the system will understand that okay, he's the authorized person to access me? So it should not be acceptable to everybody, okay? Am I right? So we are going to create a new key pair. See, suggesting AWS instance key pair, okay? One, remember one, and see, it's saying this is an RSA public key. What is an RSA encrypted? It's private and public key. Two keys. It's going to allot you two keys. Why we need this? What it the what happens in the background is it creates two keys. One is public and the one is private key. Private keys extension is going to be PEM and the public key is going to be pub. The EC2 instance is going to keep the public key with it, and the PEM file, the private key, you need to keep it with you. So whenever you want to log into the EC2, you need to pass this PEM file. Then it will check with the public key. If it matches, then we'll say, okay, this user is authorized to access. Okay, so here I'm saying keep it. Okay, so see, it's been downloaded here. It's in my downloads directory. So now the networking. So how your system is, which network it's connected, how it's secure it is. So here I'm not going to define any new VPC or subnets, and I'm not going into any depth of it. But I'm using the default VPC. With your AWS account, it gives a default VPC. I'm going with it. And see here, auto assign public IP. Suppose if your application you want to access from it anywhere, and then you need to give that EC2 this EC2 instance a public IP. But suppose if the application is very private and you don't want everyone to access it, then you will disable this. Okay, here it is enabled. You can disable it. What type of applications are so, like database applications, like suppose if you don't want everybody to accept the database applications, okay, so you want to keep them secure, then you can disable it and you will give access that through a secure way. There are so many ways to make it, but here I'm saying like it depends on the what type of application you're hosting in the EC2 and who to access. Is it publicly accessible or private? Then it should enable or disable. You need to decide. Here I'm saying it's a very normal application, so I'm okay, allot it. And I'm saying okay, create security group and see. If you have already selected existing group which was already you defined, like you create your everything, then you go with it. But here I'm going to create my own security group, and here I'm saying hello traffic, and you need to select this one. If you didn't select it, you can't access the EC2 instance. There is EC2 instance and you already have the key, but you need to have a door, okay? So you can use that key to open it. So the door you are saying, okay, at the gate number 22, that the door is there. Through SSH, whoever holds the SSH keys, they can come through that gate. So you open a gate for SSH traffic, who the users who are going to use SSH to access this EC2. You are saying, okay, this gate is open, you can come. The gate number is 22. It's by default 22. Allow SSH traffic from anywhere. The source should be from anywhere, okay? But they are going to access this EC2 at port number 22. So here, and the remaining stories and everything, mine is so micro, t2.micro I picked. So this is very small one, so I'm not going in depth any of it. Advanced details, can you see anything? I don't see any here. I don't want to go in depth here because I leave the rest with the default. Okay, see, this is the T2.micro new security group. One volume is attached, it is this much, and one, that's it. Launch instance. Launching instance will take a little bit time. Before that, we can go to EC2 instances. So, new instance is getting created. Maybe I need to run it again, refresh it. See, the new test AWS instance is running. These are my old instances which I terminated. I already told you termination of that instance if you are not using it, it's the best thing. So I created now this one, test AWS instance 1. Okay, it's now in running state. The instance type we used is t2.micro, and it's in US East 1B region, and this is the, because we provided public IP address, it's going to give you the domain naming address, like you can access this instance with this domain address, domain name, or this is the public IP. You can use, you can ping it using curl or anything, you can use it, that one also you can, public IP address. Okay, what is what type of security group you used and everything, public IP, and that's it. Now if you click on here, then you can go with all the details. Okay, what type of instance, the details that he provided, though mostly those details will be here. And the next one is monitoring. If you do it, security, you assigned security group, new security group, and you said like 22 port. See, in inbound rule, inbound means the traffic that can access EC2 on this type of port. Who are accessing this instance using SSH, they can access at this port 22. Okay, the security group that you used. And here outbound, from here you can go to anywhere. From destination is everywhere. Source is anywhere here, security group. Okay, this is done. And okay, now we want to connect to that to this instant. You can directly connect it from here. Select the instance and click on connect. There, see, like you can connect from the EC2 instance, connect it. You can connect this instance within the AWS console. I will show you. See, within that AWS console, you can see it here. You can connect it. It's establishing the connection. Okay, you are now in EC2 username. So suppose if I execute Linux, what type of unit you are using? Okay, EC2 user. This is the home directory of the EC2 user. And but now I want to show you how to connect to the same EC2 instance using SSH, because we used keys kada. So exit. Now done. Okay, I'm closing this. I'm going to go to this instance again, and I'm saying connect, but this time we are going SSH instance. I'm going to open new terminal. So okay, so here it said what to do. It clearly mentions what to do. See, the instance ID is this one. Open an SSH client. We did, and locate your private key file. We know where is the private key file. It's downloaded and it's my downloads directory. So I'm going to use that private key, but private keys are not we should not go give so many privileges to that file. So it has read and write permissions, but we don't want write permissions for that, so we need to remove it. So we're going to change the permission of that particular AWS instance key pair PEM file into only read mode. Okay, we want that to be okay, downloads, and I want this AWS instance where one dot pem. Remember this, okay? This is the path of that pem file I'm saying, or you can copy that pem file into this current directory and you can do that too. See here, I changed the permissions of the particular file. Now, now it's only read-only file. You should do that, and then you need to connect to the instance using the public DNS. So there is a SSH command. We said SSH users can access that instance on port 22. So we are saying I'm an SSH user. Hi, and then you're going to pass the PEM file. But where is the PEM file? PEM file is here, because this is not the current directory for us. I'm saying like command C, okay, command V, and then we are saying, okay, what is the username? So here I'm saying, just listen. What is the syntax of SSH command is, if you want to log in, SSH-ei, you need to pass the PEM file path, okay, and then username, okay, at the rate of domain address or public IP, anything, or public IP also, okay. So Control-C, that's the syntax. So we are going to run it again with the details. Command V, and then we are going to say username. Username is EC2-user. Here you will have the command. You can copy the same command and you can run it here. Okay, and I don't. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the domain name. Okay, and I'm going to paste it right here, and then yes. Okay, now you are in. Okay, see, now you're connected EC2 user at the IP address of that. Okay, now clear. Now we will see. We will execute uname, the Linux we are using. What is the present working directory? Home directory of the EC2 user. So that's it. Now you successfully created an EC2 with public IP address, and now you connected using instant connect, or and you also connected using SSH. Okay, two things you need to remember is you need to open SSH port, and you need to keep the PEM file within the local directory, or else you need to remember the path of that PEM file. Okay, hope now you learn successfully created your EC2. That's it. I'm coming out of this. So I came out of it, and I already told you, after you creating instances, what you need to do. Any resource, if your work is done, remove it. I'm going to show you. It's the best practice, or else bill will be too much. Sometimes if you're not working but you still need that resource, you can do stop instance or anything like that if you don't want to lose that instance. But here I just used it only for demo, so I'm going to terminate it. Yes, terminate. That's it, successfully terminated. That's it. Yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.